Hey, fellow babies, welcome back to Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. We're especially happy that we have so many Patreon patrons here, and we have a ton of YouTube subscribers. That's great. If you're doing that, thank you very much. If you're not doing that, or even if you are, please try to remember to link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch Prime account. We get paid. Amazon pays it. You pay nothing. You are sticking it to Amazon. That's an awesome thing for you to do to help Shane.
This episode of Pachter Factor is brought to you by DeShazer Ryan Realty. Right now, Doug DeShazer has beautiful lots available adjacent to Kookanusa Lake in northwest Montana. Pull up your RV and access the hookups, or build your own construction. Either way, you have access to world-class fishing, hunting, boating, swimming, biking, hiking, and the internet. No matter where you're looking to buy, make Doug DeShazer your real estate consultant at 406-291-1643. That's Doug DeShazer at 406-291-1643.
All right, today's question from Patreon from Mike Koenig. Hello, Pac. Hello, Koenig. If Game Pass doesn't reach the scale that Microsoft hoped for in a few years, could it spin off the Xbox brand? Why isn't there a really cheap streaming-only option to help grow Game Pass? If a customer wants to use a non-console streaming option like the just announced Amazon Fire Stick compatibility, you have to subscribe to the most expensive tier. That doesn't make any sense. Thanks in advance for your insight. I've talked about this on a bunch of episodes, but what it comes down to is there is a price point at which Microsoft will make a ton of money and lots of consumers will subscribe. It's not 20, it's 10 or 5. So what I think they're trying to do is get the hardcore customer first and then figure out tiers below that. The simple analogy is the Netflix ad-supported tier. So $15.49 for Netflix, $6.99 plus 4 minutes of ads an hour for the ad-supported tier. And they make about the same amount of money. So the idea is Game Pass could do the same thing, 20 or let's say 20 or 10, and with ads. I think they could do the same thing. So that's the easy one. The second way to do it is give you like the cable skinny bundle where you don't get as many channels and you pay $30 instead of $80 or whatever. They could give you certain games and no Call of Duty. They could not give you day and date new releases. I don't think very many people would subscribe. But the ultimate nirvana is just keep pushing the service out, and when you get to 100 million, you can cut the price. And when you get to 200 million, you can cut it again, because you're now leveraging the content, and the content costs you once, but you have 200 million people using it instead of 100 million. So you're getting paid by that many more people for the same exact content you already created. And it's a balancing act. I think, unfortunately, Microsoft is run by, by greedy people who greed is good if you're a corporate CEO, who want to make a lot of money. And I don't think they're thinking through the impact on the consumer by charging $20. So I completely agree with you. The Fire TV deal is a dumb deal. What they should do is partner with somebody who's better than Amazon at streaming devices, which is Roku. Amazon actually pretty much sucks at it. It's the wrong partner. Roku, the right partner, and figure out a strategy to expand and grow and how to do it and at what price point to charge. And Roku could deliver ads as well. So I think that would have been a much better partner, and don't write them off. They'll be a partner one of these days, because I think the Roku guys are smart enough to try to do this. But ultimately, I completely agree with you. I think that you've got to make the offer something closer to 10 and not 20. And what's especially galling about the $20 price point is you're paying $5 of that for what used to be called Xbox Live Gold, which is just the multiplayer service. And if you're streaming on a Fire TV stick, you pretty much are not playing multiplayer games. I mean, it's just not going to work because it's going to be too laggy. So you should definitely not charge them that $5 because they're not going to access that. And so what I would do is offer a bundle that's single player only, no multiplayer, for $15. You'll sell more subscriptions that way. But again, Microsoft hasn't hired me yet, hasn't asked me for my opinion. Mike Koenig, I appreciate that you care about my opinion because you're enlightened and you know that I know what I speak. Anyway, I don't know what they're going to do. My guess is that before it's all over, they will talk to me. I really think they will, and they will pay me for my opinion because it's worth it, and I'm going to tell them how to run this and how to make it work. But write this down. Pachter said ad supported in 2024. He said that, and it'll be 2030 before they figure it out, and you'll go, I remember when Pachter answered my question and said that. Dirt cheap means skinny, stripped down. I mean, they can do it, but they can't give you new content. So you do it to get people hooked, right? So you could load up a streaming service that was Minecraft and Candy Crush, but you can add like a few puzzle games and charge $1 a month, and you can add, Conker's Bad Fur Day and charge another $1. You don't want to confuse consumers, and you don't want people to think they have stuff that they don't have. So the cable model, where you get the regional sports channels, but you pay an extra $30 a month, it's like that. I mean, there's ways to do it, but ultimately, the easiest way to do this is get as many subscribers as you can. I would hook everybody at 10, and when you have 200 million subscribers, raise the price to 12, and then a couple of years later raise it to 14, a couple of years later 16. That's how Microsoft should have done it. They really screwed up starting at 20. They're just too high, and it's going to be an impediment to growth. An ad-supported option will fix that because they can do that for 10. And I think that's something you're highly likely to see. A $10 subscription plus ads, you'll get people to do that, because especially if you get day and date. So we'll see. It costs Netflix $1 or $2 a month per subscriber. There's a concept in math called linear programming, where you're trying to figure out all the different outcomes, and so you plot. Here's what would happen if I charge $20. Here's what would happen if I charge 10. I get more subscribers faster. Here's what would happen if I charge 1. And you plot all those different lines, and then you try to figure out where they intersect, and that's the right price point. And that's Microsoft should be doing that. They should be looking at all their options and coming up with the right answer. I'm not smart enough to do that math, but there is an answer. So yes, they'll figure it out. I just don't know what it is yet. So thank you for joining us on Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. Thank you to our Patreon patrons and our YouTube subscribers. Thanks to all of you who are smart enough and have the initiative to actually read the instructions below and link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch Prime account. You don't have to be smart. You just have to want to do it. So please want to do it, because you're sticking it to Amazon. You're helping Shane out. So I'm asking you as a favor to me, please try to remember to link your accounts. You got to do it every month or so. So do it so we get paid, please. Follow me on Twitter at Michael Pachter. I will see you guys next time.